and you are now watching Crumb TV.
Naomi from Chicago. You're watching Crumb TV.
I'm Jake and I'm watching Crumb TV.
You're watching Crumb TV.
This is Ashanti. I am watching Crumb TV. I'm a Crumb fan.
Hold on, family. Hold on. Surprise! This is Ramsep Queb, global distributor of the Rosarian Solar Serial Calendar, and you are watching Crumb TV.
This is the real Remy Red, and I'm watching Crumb TV.
Peace, Ashe, Islam, Namaste, Hotep, Grand Rising, Konnichiwa, Ni Hao, Holito, Oseyo, Unjambo, Wagwan, Bonjour, whatever the greeting is in your respective language. I am your humble brother Crumb, here for another installation of Crumb TV. You know how I like to get things started, family. I like to tell the people where they can find me at. I'm on YouTube, family. If you are on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, Crumb TV. I'm also on Instagram, so if you are on Instagram, give me a Grammy, Crumb TV _. Last but not least, I'm on Facebook. What better place for your favorite races? Crumb of Crumb TV. Hit that follow button. So without further ado, this is another installation of Crumb TV. It is called Lucifer Decoded. Yes, it is part 3. I do very poorly with part 2s and part 3s, but as of recently, I've been trying to channel a new, more aggressive energy where I really just finish things that I start. So here it is, family, just as we promised you. But before I get into that, I got to acknowledge the first responders, because the family is why I'm here. Most importantly, it's about that message. So first in the building, we got Kiera Monica. She says, peace, family. I'm saying peace right back, sis. I see you. I love you. I appreciate you. In the building, oh, and she was on Facebook. I want to start telling where people are at. They on Facebook, so I see you, babes. You on Facebook. Now I also get my man 100 grand, Jamar 3224. He says, peace, fam, from YouTube. I see you on the tube, family. I'm saying peace back. Number 3 in the building is coming in on YouTube as well. It is Brandon Bell. He says, peace, family. It is a lot of peace in the building, and I am truly grateful for all of the family. So with that said, this is Lucifer Decoded part 3. If you didn't see part 2 and part 1, you got to go check them out, family. They're only on YouTube on Crumb TV. Did a great job with my brother Taz. So speaking of Taz, I guess that's my segue. You know, I'm not a master teacher, family. I am a master student. I sit at the feet of the master teachers. So with me through this whole trifecta, this trilogy, I have my good brother Taz. Peace, brother. How are you? Let me hit that button.
Peace, brother. How are you? Peace and love to the family out there. Thank you for having me once more for this trifecta, as you referred to it. First 2 were pretty explosive, I believe, and I figure we close it down with a bang. So I hope everybody's ready.
I couldn't have said it better myself, brother, and I am 100% with you. So let's start off where we left off at. Can you bring us up to speed for Lucifer Decoded? What's next on the list, brother?
Well, you know, we've pretty much looked at a lot of aspects, you know, regarding Lucifer. We've looked at the aspect as far as the divine feminine that's been hidden, about the inner self regarding phosphorus. We've looked at the Bible and the way that it is presented as this light. We've looked at Venus. We looked at various parts of Lucifer that are associated to so many things worldwide. So, you know, when we're talking about Lucifer, and we see him also in in a lot of aspects. You know, one of them will be taking the movie, for example, Lucy. All right, and it might appear, you know, like a far reach, but you know, if we take the movie, this movie, for example, if you've seen it, you have to agree that it's pretty much an action jam-packed movie. All right, all around, you know, it takes your imagination to a completely other level. Now, as always, we're presented, you know, with blonde hair, blue eyes, or green eyes, whatever, individual. But this time it's presented as a female, just like before in the previous two parts, which I advise that you go and see them. That you check out the first two parts of Lucifer Decoded. All right, but like I said, this time it's a female character that is that through the is that she forcefully goes through the process of activating her chakras, every single one of them, and everything begins at her root chakra, because of this substance that is put right underneath her stomach, right by her sexual organs, and it just makes her ascend to another level slowly, until the entire substance just overtakes her and makes her go beyond time. But when we're looking at Lucifer, first of all, Lucifer has the word Lucy within it. All right, we've attested that Lucy means light, and also that it means to bear children. Right. So
Right.
we are talking about that. But when we're talking about Lucy, we're also talking about the first bones discovered. If we could read the top right, brother, in regards about the bones, Lucy, the bones discovered.
Absolutely. So we have a really general Wikipedia article here titled Lucy Australopithecus. Lucy was discovered in 1974 in Africa at Hadar, a site in Awash Valley of the Afar Triangle in Ethiopia, by paleontologist Donald Johnson and Donald Johanson and the Cleveland Museum of Natural History.
Fact. So we're talking about the origins. This oldest bones of Lucy that were found. Now, in the movie, they always got to make the coincidence and put them out there blatantly. So within the movie, she reaches a state within the movie to where at the right before she reaches her peak, she is hand to hand about to do some ET shit, some ET phone home shit, and they touch. Her finger touches Lucy's hand. It's her ancestor from way back there, and they come and they're about to touch each other, and as soon as they do, everything explodes, and that's the explosion. That's the illumination that she goes through. The activation of her crown chakra, where she goes to 144,000 hertz, which is actually the speed of light. But she goes through this effect of where she sees everything, and we already know that her being a female and being presented as that, she is fertile. We know that fer means to carry, to bear a child. Thankfully, we were thinking of many things to add to this presentation. So we were gonna have a guest from the beginning that we wanted to have here, and we just lost him. I don't know if we saw him or not.
No worries. Let's, the show must go on. So what do we got next, brother?
All right. So anyway, she turned herself into an enigma machine. All right. The Enigma machine, you could see it right here, which was a melanated computer. She turned herself into a complete complete carbonized version of all the data that has to do with everything in the world all together. And she put it in a little drive. That's what she handed after she had turned into this Enigma machine. But moving on to the next one, like I said, she had the knowledge.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention we actually do have Brother Calico in here officially now, I believe. Peace and love, brother. How are you? You just gotta unmute that mic of yours.
Yeah, all is well.
All is well. All right. Yeah, so we have our resident etymologist, our brother D. Calico. Brother, if you could just tell the people really quickly who you are, where they can find you at.
Yeah, it's it's Decalico. I'd appreciate if y'all take the time when you're on YouTube, just do a simple search for Decalico. You feel me? Just y'all check me out, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. It's all the same name.
Much appreciation. Thank you so much for chiming in, brother. So if we can get back to this PowerPoint, we're going over to 666.
Right, correct. So when we talk about this Lucy or this Lucifer, she's also associated with the number 66, or better known as the number of the beast, but it also has a hidden duality that tells a different story. All right. Now, the 666, the number of the beast, I have a link right here to Revelations 13:18, which is where it's presented for the religious version, and it says, "Here's wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man. It is the number of man, and his number is 630, 603 score and six." All right. The key words that I want you guys to pay attention is the number of man. All right. This number of the beast is identified as the number of man. Now, when we get back to our presentation, and if we could read at the bottom left half corner, brother, the first underline.
Coming from LinkedIn.com, that one?
Correct.
Yes, it's an article titled DNA Reprogramming 666 to 616. Wow, that's on LinkedIn. Let me read this. The number 666 relates to the carbon atom and man. Carbon 12, one of 5 elements in the human DNA, is composed of 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons, which equates to 666. Carbon 12 is the most abundant in the 2 stable isotopes of the element carbon, accounting for 98.89% of carbon. Wow.
Facts. So we immediately see that this 666 is associated, as it's telling us right here. The number 666 relates to the carbon atom and man. All right. And is one of the 5 elements, one of the most necessary elements, which is carbon 12, which is necessary, is the element accounting for 98.89% of the carbon in our body. All right. Now, that carbon, that carbon itself, in the top right hand corner, you want to go ahead, bro, or you want me to read it?
Yeah, it's youngzine.org. The article is titled, "Why is all life carbon-based?" Life on Earth is based on carbon, likely because each carbon, the Crumb TV thing is blocking it. Let me just remove that really quickly. I can't see behind it. Where is it at? Where is it? Right there. Life on Earth is based on carbon, likely because each carbon atom can form bonds with up to 4 other atoms simultaneously. This quality makes carbon well suited to form the long chains of molecules that serve as the basis of life as we know it, such as proteins and DNA. The shorter answer is yes. Carbon atoms form the backbone of almost all the important biological molecules floating around in our bodies, except water, of course. Therefore, when we say life is carbon-based, we mean that our skin, hair, and cells are all made of molecules that contain large amounts of carbon.
Now, it doesn't get any more blatant than that when it's telling you the complete reasoning behind how much this is needed, how much this carbon is required, this element within you. Now it's telling us right there that it can form bonds. if you follow I guess I should have added that as a slide. But if you follow Dr. Savy, you know, he was known to tell us, you know, that we were carbon based, and you know, and that it was that carbon that allowed all our atoms to come together, just like it says right here. Carbon atoms can form bonds with up to 4 other atoms simultaneously. Any other element that you try to use to bond, yeah, it still bonds, but it doesn't bond as many atoms as carbon does. Carbon actually gives life a chance. This reality of how life is sustained within this vessel that we're having to that we possess to have the experience of being human. All right. Go ahead, bro.
Well, yeah. Now that you don't bust that down, brother Calico, anything you want to add on the concept of 666?
Yeah, when he when he said carbon based, you know, like we gotta know that that's meaning like the base, like the foundation, like, you know, these are building blocks. So we can't create or start to create matter on this realm without carbon, is what the brother is definitely saying. But like Chrome beautifully pointed out, you know, except for water, you feel me? Water isn't carbon based, you know.
Ooh.
So
Well,
it's kind of.
Brother Calico, could you go back to that Bible verse, please?
You say the Bible verse?
Yeah, I'm sorry, excuse me, not Calico, brother Sergio. I'm sorry. Can you go back to that Bible verse? Yeah. So now when we're dealing with 666, let me bust it down from an occult side. Do you mind, brothers?
No, please do.
Sure.
So now we're dealing with the 666. Number one, I want to point out to the family, go look at your Bible. Let me question the listening audience. We know God created on the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, and sixth day, and on the seventh day he rested. Ashe?
Facts.
Okay, so now, if he created from 1 to 6 and on 7 it was chill mode, this is my question to the listening audience. This is my question. What did God create on the 6th day? Let me just give y'all 6 seconds. Do 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 do. Bye. Time's up. On the 6th day, God created man. Man was created on the 6th day. Check. Now, what is the 6th day? Does anybody know?
Yeah, the 6th day.
Friday.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah. Generally speaking, Saturday's the 6th day. Based off a 5-day work week, you know, that's a, you know, whatever. But anyway, 5-day work week, Saturday's the 6th day. You know, we all rest on the 7th.
I'm saying that the 7th day is the Sabbath day.
Right.
So,
right.
So
And
as Taz knows, in Spanish, Sabbath is sábado.
Right.
So sábado, you know, sábado is how you say Sabbath. That means Saturday. So the 7th day would have been Saturday.
Yeah, now when we're dealing with Sabbath, Sabbath is a Hebrew word. Sábado is a Spanish word. Saturday is an English word. So even when we say Saturday, that's English. When we say Sabbath, that's Hebrew. So now, according to the Hebrews, now keep in mind when we're dealing with the Islams or even the Muslims or Islamism, the holy day is not, you know, the Sabbath day is Friday. And, you know, they will tell you, according to their holy day, man was born on a Friday.
The Sabbath does start Friday night.
Right. So now, when we're dealing with the 666, man was made on the 6th day, according to the Bible. The 6th day, based off the 5-day work week, is Saturday. Saturday is I'm sorry, excuse me. The word Saturday comes from the planet Saturn, which
Right.
is the sixth planet. In addition to that, if you look at Saturn's north pole, it has a hexagon, a six-sided figure. So now you got the sixth planet. Man was created on the sixth day. The sixth planet has a hexagon on the six sides. You know, there's more to it, but depending on how you look at it, you're going to find that 666 correlating to several different sixes according to man.
Facts, facts.
But my apologies. We can continue on. I just want to throw that in there for 666.
Right. Let me put this right back. And there we go. Now, that shows you that basis, and just like Brother Crumb just finished mentioning, you know, there is another aspect when we're dealing with 666, which is we're speaking of Satan or Lucifer, but like he said, we're also speaking of Saturn. He made the mention, you know, he is we are speaking of Saturn, which is like he said, the sixth planet from the sun. All right, is literally the sixth planet, the sixth planet from the sun. Now, as Brother Calico had explained, you know, Sábado or Saturday, aka Saturn's day, is the sixth day of the week according to today's teachings. You know what we understand right now. You know, the sixth day of the week is Saturday or Sábado. All right, and now Lucifer, you know, or Satan, when we're talking about Lucifer, we're talking about light or lux. When we speak of light, we're speaking of the light chakra, aka your pineal gland. All right, or third eye. Now the light chakra is your sixth chakra, which is activated not only by light, but once activated, it transmits ether. It's an ether signature that connects it directly through the crown chakra. Now, can we read on the top left-hand corner, brother?
Top left-hand corner, we have a article. The source is endocrineweb.com. The article is titled "Melatonin, the pineal gland hormone." The simple hormone is special because its secretion is dictated by light. Excuse me. Researchers have determined that melatonin has two primary functions in humans: to help control your circadian or biological rhythm and regulate certain reproductive hormones.
The next one as well, brother, if we can.
Wiki article. This is titled Ajna. Ajna or Agya or brow or third eye chakra is the sixth primary chakra of the body according to Hindu tradition.
Correct. Now, also there, you know, that there is other, like Brother Crumb had said previously, there is the appearance of this 666 can be interpreted in many different ways. Is there all over the place, just like we just explained that we are carbon based, and 98.89% of carbon is within our body. In the same way, we find the 666 damn near 98% of things that we bump into. All right, when it comes to the aspect of Saturn, you know, light, you know, your pineal gland, etc., etc. All right, now when we're talking about 666, when we're talking about Lucifer, we're speaking well, we also associate it with this deity called the Baphomet. All right, the Baphomet is a mysterious being that, you know, has been demonized for a very long time. Now, if we could read and analyze this article, and we could all build from there, from the next couple of pages, there's certain words that I have highlighted. So at any, I guess I could just show you guys right here before we even show them. Numen, the word Numen, when we see it, we're speaking of, this is Merriam-Webster. You want to, just so the family could have an understanding, you want to go ahead, Brother Crown?
Webster Merriam, the definition of the word numen, a spiritual force or influence often identified with a natural object, phenomenon, or place.
All right. So when we're going, when we hear the word numen throughout this next couple of slides and explanation, the word numen is talking about a spiritual force or influence. All right, that is often identified with a natural object or phenomenon. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure my brother Crumb sees the God is new right there inside of Newman. You feel me? Because they already explained that it's a spiritual force. You feel me? The God is new, or new. And in the Sumerian culture is new, but in Egyptian is new. You feel me? The sky goddess. So we already know spirit means breath. So we talking about that air. You know, that that spiritual force, that Newman.
Fact.
I didn't catch that. And it looks like at the bottom there's a did you know? You know I couldn't miss that one. How did Numen, a Latin term meaning nod of the head, become associated with spiritual power? The answer lies in the fact that the ancient Romans saw divine force and power operating in the inanimate objects or non-human phenomena around them. They believed that, or what we call spirit forces, like in Pocahontas. They believed that the gods had the powers to command events and consent to actions and ideas of God, of a god nodding, suggesting his head, nodding his or her awesome abilities, divine power. I screwed that up, but let's keep on moving. My apologies.
No problem. Thank you for that, brother Crumb. But that, Newman, that's one of the words we're gonna bump into. Hermaphrodite. I'm pretty sure most are already aware, but for those that are not, an animal or plant having both male and female reproductive organs. Go ahead, brother.
No, please, you got it.
Right.
See, and the thing he was just saying, when he was just saying about a plant having both parts, that's diodaceous or deodaceous or whatever. It's all plants or originally have both parts. You feel me? So what we would call androgyny. Same thing as a hermaphrodite. We know the word hermaphrodite is coming from Hermes and Aphrodite. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Hermes being Tahuti. You feel me? And Aphrodite, the goddess, that was black as night. You feel me? So, Hermes and Aphrodite together is what we get in this hermaphrodite. But like I say, all plants are I read more than I listen. You feel me? So I haven't ever even heard nobody say the word, but it's like diodaceous. I know it has Dio in there, meaning God, but it's also having, like, matter of fact, it has Deuce in there also. You feel me? Deuce is like a word for God. So it's telling you that the plants have, the Dio and the Deuce, meaning, the masculine and the feminine parts of God, basically. And that's what we get nurtured by. Yeah.
Facts. Now, if we could go, you want to read the article? The understanding, brother.
Baphomet is a Numen, or what do we say a Numen was again? I'm sorry.
Numen.
A spiritual force.
A spiritual force or influence identified with natural object.
Okay, got you. Okay, so here we go. Baphomet is a Numen, a spiritual force like everyone else, demonized. We all know what his appearance is. It is represented as the head of a ram with large horns, a candle right in the forehead that symbolizes wisdom, and a goatee, which means the same. Some representations show him full length with the right hand raised and the left hand down, naked from the waist up and on goat's legs. A curiosity about his figure is that it is a hermaphrodite. It has both sexes as well as as well as female breasts. His abilities are a complete mystery, but he is a great sage in any matter, since his own means baptism of wisdom. I'm sorry, since his name means baptism of wisdom. I did not know the name. Press 1 if you did not know Baphomet means baptism of wisdom. I'm going to lead y'all off and I'm going to press 1 because I personally did not know that. So, did I press 1? White Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so his own name means baptism of wisdom. For Satanists, it symbolizes enlightenment. The Baphomet is the Baphomet is in charge of 7 bells that represent the 7 deadly sins, which coincide with the 7 energy fields, aka chakras, within the body. When each is studied and mastered, one understands, I assume that should be, understands the connection and similarities with the 7 hermetic principles.
Facts. You want to add something before I throw something else in there, Brother Calico?
I mean, I guess I'll just wait a second. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Well, like brother Cum was mentioning, a lot of people are not aware of the fact that that the Baphomet, his name literally translates into baptism of wisdom. A lot of his features are that of wisdom. Now I didn't do this because of that. I just did it because I just told myself, I want to let it grow, and go against the status quo. Everybody, I'll just cut it already, just because I don't want to, just let it grow. It's good. It ain't bothering nobody. You ain't got to deal with it, But little did I know that having a goatee and the longer it gets, the wiser you are said to be. Now, also when we speak of white hair, we're speaking of wisdom. I can't recall exactly how the scripture goes, but somewhere in the Bible it states that that Jesus had white hair, feet of bronze, and
hair.
Right, and woolly white hair.
No. Hey, he did not say woolly white. He said sheep wool hair. He said sheep wool hair. And one thing we all need to know, like the sheep, the original sheeps are all black. You feel me? The other ones are something that they've domesticated and hybrided. They created the white sheep. There was no, like a white mouse. You would never find these things in nature. So it was a black sheep. All sheep should be black sheep. You feel me? But they love the white sheep because it's dumber and it's more docile and easier to train. But yeah, the Nazarenes, Jesus, that we say that name all the time, or Yahshua, was a Nazarene, and the Nazarenes believe your wisdom is in your hair. And
teach Muhammad.
And I didn't grow this for a fashion statement. You know what I mean? So I know for sure that the wisdom started to stay with me as I grew to hair, because I've been learning for 37 years, right. But I don't have it all still until I started growing this. You feel me? When I got a haircut, every time I got a haircut, I felt like I was losing all my thoughts. For real. Right. But
since you mentioned that, within the jungle, the lion itself, we're given the aspect of this great lion, with blonde hair, and that he's, all over the pride, just being so majestic or whatever. But when you see and actually study what these lions actually do, especially the lionesses, they always search for a darker maid. The crown that the lion has, it expresses dominant genes, and therefore they they would rather and will always go towards the darker gene than they would towards the one with the blonde maid. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, no, I was just adding value. What you were saying is that the female lionesses are they prefer the lions with a darker mane. I saw that as well. But let's continue on with the Baphomet. What do we got here?
Okay.
Now, can we? You want to go ahead, brother?
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, don't move the cursor because it blurs the screen.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Hey! I was just gonna add when you're bringing up that Bible verse about the sheep wore hair. You know, the word for sheep that was in the Bible in those days in ancient Hebrew, the word is ovid. You know, like you take the letter C off COVID and you have the word sheep. You feel me? So it's like particularly they're going after the people with sheep wool hair. You feel me? But on top of that, everybody wearing a mask is an ovid. You know, a sheep of a different sort. You know what I mean? For sure.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'll build on that in just a moment as well. So just to read this, according to the Sumerian genesis of humanity, we can find similarities between the god Pazuzu and Baphomet. Pazuzu was a benevolent and vengeful god, almost like the rest of the gods. Demons do not exist in those times as we understand them today. The demons were guardians, jailers, while the gods were the ones who imposed punishments on humanity. Does that say hence? Oh, hence Pazuzu and his wife Lamashutu are considered demons for their cruel attitude. I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
Are considered demons for their cruel attitude, but in reality, they are gods. He could protect you, but he also demanded of you. And if you did not obey him and something offended him, you would have to endure his torture. He is the only one who could counter the power of his evil wife, Lamashtu. As you can see in the images at bottom right, Pazuzu has the same posture as the Baphomet we currently know. So it may be that it is the main predecessor of this deity. All right, so where are we supposed to look to see Pazuzu? Oh, I see him with the hands. Yeah, he's like that.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and he also has the wings. He has the claws. You know, he's known as, you know, with the star as well. But we could read the underline at the bottom just to give us something, you know, to get in regards about this Sumerians.
Absolutely. We have the source, which is history.com, and the title of the article called Sumer. Sumer was an ancient civilization founded in the Mesopotamia region of the Fertile Crescent, situated between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers.
Fact. So these are the Sumerians that you know that they had this deity, you know, called Pazuzu, and if we hit on, if I think I linked it up. It's a pretty extensive article, but you know, I'll put it in the description for anybody interested in reading it, and it has a lot of information regarding Pazuzu, as well as Lamashtu, which is his wife. I also have a source from Britannica that gives you full details of who this Lamashtu is, just not to veer off too far away from what we're trying to associate today, which is the Baphomet and Lucifer itself.
Bet that up. Now, I just want to see the next slide before I just kind of weigh in. Okay, we do go to something else, because I wanted to say that there might be some more influences that the Baphomet comes from. In this article, in this PowerPoint, do we talk about Levi?
Dowling.
Levi, do we talk about him?
Oh, yeah.
In this article?
Levi.
This one, we're about to right now.
Okay, so I won't go there. All right. What would you like next,
Oh
brother?
yeah, if we could read, I mean, and just as we're reading, we could just build on on what is being presented.
Okay, absolutely. The Baphomet gained new fame in the 9th century when Eliphas Levi drew the famous image we now know, and which has been conceived by Christians as the most reliable version of Satan. Let me just move this branding Crumb TV thing out the way. However, Levi did not believe that Baphomet was similar or the same character as the devil. According to Levi, Baphomet is a symbol of the so-called, I'm sorry, according to Levi, Baphomet is a symbol that he called the great magical agent, which can be defined as the universal force of creation. This astral light is also the force that adepts use in their magical rituals. Should I go through 1 through 7?
Please.
Number 1, the occult sign is made by both hands pointing upward with the white moon and chest.
With the white moon chest and pointing downwards to the black moon Jeruba.
Okay, this sign expresses the perfect concordance between justice and mercy. Matter of fact, brother, I was going to tell you the screen, it seems like it's blurring, then it's not blurring, it's blurring, then it's not blurring. It's kind of almost even pulsing with a blur.
Okay, you want me to read it through?
Yeah, because I was going to say it's with the dark letters and the dark background, and then it's not as easy on the eyes as I would have liked it to be. My apologies.
No, no problem, no problem. But it says it explains the sign expresses the perfect concordance between justice and mercy. It explains the phrase "as above, so below" is the key to all magic. What happens in one reality occurs in another, which is the sacred geometry. White moon. Go ahead, brother.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. My apologies. Please continue.
Right. Number 2, white moon chest, which is speaking about the moon that he's pointing upwards to. All right. Represents the desire to share unconditionally, the willingness to give everything of oneself, and unlimited generosity, extreme compassion, comply with what was agreed, and act spontaneously with kindness and love. All right. Now, number 3 says the black moon Jeruba. Jeruba stands for severity. It is known as force, judgment, power, and concealment. That's the one that he's pointing down with. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, but as we all know, there was no letter J, so it would have been the letter Y, and you can hear it. You can hear it. It's Yoruba. You feel me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Crump?
Teach.
Right.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So you can hear, because I try to tell people the ancient Hebrews, before all this Christianity thing, the real Israelites, they practice Yoruba. You feel me? Because they all come from the first king, King Jerusalem. He's the only king out of all the Israelite kings that unified at least 10 out of the 12 tribes. And King Jerusalem, it was no letter J, like I just said. It was King Jerusalem. You feel me? So Yoruba is an Israelite faith originally. You feel me? And man, it could be a whole show about that. And the evidence all throughout Africa, and people just don't know how to read.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
Sure.
Now, if we go to number 4, it explains that in one of the arms is female and the other one is male. All right, as in the androgen of Conrath. And for those not aware, that is this right here. It is an older version of a seal in which half the seal is male and the other half the seal is female. Is the
Hey,
go ahead,
do
brother.
you see what that is? That is definitely guaranteed. That's an eyeball.
Yeah.
That is every part of the eye. You see the lens. You feel me? You seeing everything. You feel me? I don't know if I'm looking at a double eye because you see the pupil in the back. You know what I mean? But regardless, all of that is like the inner workings of an eyeball.
Yeah, you see, you peeped that, huh?
Yeah,
I see it. Because at first I thought it was supposed to be like the eyeball looking at you, but the eyeball's looking down.
yeah, yeah. The eyeball is staring down.
That's powerful. I
Yep,
see what you're saying.
yep.
Right,
But it looks like the pupil is going without the lens, but it's
right.
still doing what it do.
Right. So that's what they're referring to when they're talking as in the androgyne of Kunrath, whose tributes had been combined with those of our goat, since they are part of the same symbol. Now, the torch of intelligence burning between the horns is the magical universal light of balance, our godlike consciousness activated with light through the pineal gland. Number six is the caduceus, which replaces the sexual organ, represents eternal life, our kundalini energy source, also known as cerebrospinal fluid journey or the Christ consciousness. And last, number seven, the waist covered with water. The circle above this is the atmosphere. The feather on top symbolizes the volatile. Humanity is represented by the two breasts and the arms of the androgyne of this sphinx of occult sciences. All right. Now
Androgynous.
you wanna add something in there, brother Calico?
No, I was just saying the word was androgyny. You know, the same word we was touching on when I was stating that all plants or dioecious, you know, and they all have both parts, you know, originally because they make plants. You feel me? That only have like these terminator seeds are basically like, you know, just like getting a plant and only getting that male part, or you know, or basically only getting that female part, so that you can't procreate. You feel me? But plants are naturally, you know, dioecious, and they have both parts, which is like we're saying androgynous. You feel me? In the plant life, that's what we call it, androgyny. You know, in human terms, we're saying hermaphrodite, which is
Fact.
like I say, Hermes and Aphrodite.
Right. Facts. And I want to add, just because it wasn't part of it, but since I have Brother Calico in here, he would resonate with it a little better. But as we notice, the bottom part of his feet is technically underwater, all right, and he represents the land. All right, his legs, which are spread flat like this, they're or crossed over like this. They
Hmm.
represent the land, and as it says right here, represents the live universal balance. Hold on one quick sec. Right here, the waist covered with water. The circle above this is the atmosphere. All right, is the atmosphere. So if you see this is a representation of what religiously is spoken as the firmament. With the waters below and the waters above. All right. So the surface that is being covered by the Kundalini energy, which is the cerebral spinal fluid journey, which I also have a link to that. I'll make sure that it that is in in the article, in the description. I'll put it in there. It's literally the journey of the sacred secretion, which is what happens to you every 28 days once, right, like Brother Marco Jamatra Wizard just said, the sacred secretion, exactly that. Now I'll make sure that this is in the articles for anybody that might want to get some this is the scientific name, for the Christ consciousness, or the Kundalini serpent energy, or as they know in Buddhism, the state of Buddha. All right.
See, like like we saying the light and the dark, the yin and the yang. You know, in the mind, it's the Ida and the Pingala. You feel me? Like that's the yin and the yang. portions of the brain. You feel me? And
Fact.
the only thing that's centered is that pineal.
Go ahead, brother.
Well, I was gonna just add value to the Ida and Pingala part.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are actually the parts of your chakra
Oh,
system. So now
okay.
you're gonna see he has two serpents coming from what looks like out of his pants. So just to help the family understand what they're looking at, that's not phallus energy. I don't want the family to be confused. That serpent energy is actually going up the back, not the front. One
Mm-hmm.
serpent is
Mm-hmm.
black, one serpent is white. The black serpent name is Ida, the white serpent name is Pingala. That middle stick that they're going around, it has a name too. I think it starts with a K. My apologies, I don't remember it. Or maybe it might be Shamson or something like that. Anyway, so now these two serpents are the Kundalini energy. The only reason we identify it as sexual energy is because it's going to rise from the root chakra. But I don't want the family to think that it's going to rise from the penis or the vagina. It's actually going to rise from your sacral bone. You have a spine with 32 bones in it. 32 degrees. Oh, I'm a 32-degree Mason. Family, you're not even above freezing yet. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me.
33.
I'm a 33-degree Mason. You're just above freezing. Masons at 33 degrees. You're just above freezing. I'm a 33-degree Mason. You're not even at the halfway point. 90 degrees, half of that is 45. So when you're dealing with 33, Jesus died at 33. The spine has 33 bones. Why is this significant to Kundalini energy? The bottom 5 bones of your spine is called the sacral bone. Go look at, thank you, Wisdom Seeker University. The sacral bone is called the sacral bone because it's really the sacred bone. You're going to deal with a certain teacher named Clarence 13X. He's going to tell you, this is out of the school of thought called the 5% nation or the nation of gods and earths. So Clarence 13X teaches us that there's a Kundalini energy wrapped two and a half times around your sacral bone. When you go to sacrifice a lamb or sacrifice a goat or sacrifice a child, we're not really concerned about the brain, the heart, the penis, or nothing like that. We're concerned about that babies or the lamb or the goat, that sacral bone. That's the bone you sacrifice and offer to God. So that bone is where your Kundalini energy comes from. So when we're dealing with the Baphomet, we're going to see his Kundalini rising. But the name, as the brother right below me said, is Ida and Pingala. That's the white serpent and the black serpent.
Fact. And to also add just one more thing to that, Brother Crumb, those 5 fused vertebrates at the bottom of your of your spine is the representation of your 5 senses. Once you're able to master your 5 senses, which is your breathing, your touching, your smelling,
Taste.
what's the other 2?
Taste.
Your taste. Once you align,
Yeah.
you have full control of your vessel. That is what initiates the journey. That is what initiates the journey and of this sacred Kundalini energy that travels every 28 days. This is something that happens every month, once a month, every 28 days. But on the day of your solar return, it is at its strongest. So when you reaches this point, if you are fully alkaline, then you're able to resuscitate the essence, and it will rise back up to heaven. It's the story of Jesus Christ.
My apologies. I should have put this in a PowerPoint. I did not. Please forgive me. Here is a picture in the bottom left-hand corner. It says Pingala and Ida, and that staff is called Sushumna, Sushumna. And that's the same one that you're going to see supposedly as the penis of the Baphomet. And I get so upset with that's the penis of the no, it's not the penis of the Baphomet, you perverts.
Facts.
Jeez, that's a caduceus. Now keep in mind, he has wings. Go back to my picture, you're gonna see the wings. You see the wings? Look at the Baphomet. The Baphomet has wings. You see the staff, you see the Ida, you see the Pingala, you see the wings. So now let me just point this one more thing out to the family. And I know my English is horrible when I say this one more thing. The head of a goat. I don't know why it went there. Let me just X this out. The head of a goat. Family, I don't want y'all to get spooky, but it's the head of a goat. It's the head of a goat. It's called anthropomorphized. I'm sorry, where's my thing at? Egyptian gods anthropomorphized. When you see the body of a man, head of a goat, body of a man, head of a dog, body of a man, head of a bird, body of a man, head of a lion. Where's another one? I'm just looking for random ones.
I mean, watch this, Crump. Like even more so importantly, like those depictions might very well show what's inside a person's DNA. You know what I mean? Because people, there's people that have flower or plant in their DNA. There's people that have animal like pig, and I mean, we know that people have, you know, a monkey or two in their gene. But I'm saying there is so many different parts of the animal kingdom in a person's DNA. So I mean, what if we would have put that in an art form? You know what I mean? I don't think they would be able to handle it. They'd be scared of, you know, they would be scared if we included their zodiac sign with their physical appearance, because it'd be like, oh, that's kind of evil, isn't it? You know?
Right. So for me being born November 15th, I would be body of a man, head of a scorpion. Oh my God, yeah. Crumb's the death. No, I'm a Scorpio. That's it. Don't get spooky on me.
Yeah.
You know,
or scorpion or a scorpion lower half. You know,
when we talking about zodiacs, you know, body of a man, head of a goat. What? Not you two brothers, the listening audience. If I said body of a man, head of a goat, what zodiac would come to your mind? What zodiac would you think about? I'm just seeing, because I don't want the family to get spooked. But Baphomet. Y'all sit here hollering Baphomet, and let me see if somebody types in your sign. I'm gonna give you 6 seconds. Capricorn, look at you. Capricorn, if you're a Capricorn, you can't say nothing bad about the Baphomet.
I'm saying, what's it, brother?
Capricorns cannot say nothing bad about the Baphomet.
Hey, brother, don't leave the Sagittarius out.
Sagittarius cannot say nothing bad about the Baphomet. Aries cannot say nothing bad about the Baphomet.
And I'm an Aries. Hey, watch this. See, hold on, go ahead. Hey, but now you hitting it right on the head though. You killing them.
Sorry.
But yeah, put it like this. I forget if it's like
family gets spooky on me.
Hey, it's a card game, like sort of like a tarot game. And you know, I'm not really into tarot, but it's sort of like a tarot game. And some of the cards, I think it's fandom.com or something like that. But like they don't went deep into their card system to the point they have like a Baphomet card and all of their cards explain things. And they say that Baphomet is like the god of the deepest level of hell, which is the 700th level. And it says that Baphomet is the god of all minotaurs. So if it's the god of all minotaurs, then that means all Sagittarians have to know that that's their god. You know what I mean? Because you a minotaur. You feel me?
Fact.
Right. You know, and I want to shout out my Tauruses too. You know, my Tauruses are headstrong. They're headstrong, and we need headstrong people in the front. But you know, they're going to demonize that. Oh, she's bullheaded. She's bullheaded. What do you mean? She's headstrong. Y'all just demonizing these things. Oh, the Baphomet. Stop demonizing things. I'm gonna let the family read, and then I'm gonna bust down the Baphomet at the very end. Please, if you could read, brother. I'm sorry.
All right, all right. In this one, it says occult authors clearly link Baphomet to the Templar Knights. Though the notion is discredited in mainstream literature, the symbol has also been used by the Freemasons as a representation of esoteric concepts. The Ordo Templi Orientis, a secret society established by occultist Aleister Crowley, included the symbol in their mythical studies as a representation of perfection, creative energy, and magic. In the 20th century, the Church of Satan made their official insignia the sigil of the Baphomet. The founder of the church believed Baphomet represented Satan to be the Templars, and today it is viewed as a symbol of power, of darkness by the church's followers. Though commonly interpreted today as a symbol of evil, Baphomet stemmed initially from rumors and coercions that became a representation of balance in alchemy, and therefore took on a new meaning influenced by the thinking at the time. Society continues to jump to conclusions about mysteries and things we have little understanding of, especially provided by charismatic through frequently stated view. Perhaps we need to be willing to closely examine what we are presented with, understanding all the different viewpoints, then make up our own minds about the mysteries that contain the universe. And there's only one more after that one, so. But anybody wanted to add something before I finish out bring out the last one? All right, now with this slide, the Baphomet, is pretty much from what we've realized now is the Baphomet is something that scares the ignorant. Now many play with it, yet they don't know what it symbolizes. They use it, like in Satan. Well, Satan, the Satanists, not all of them, but the ones that actually practice the actual sacred geometry that the Baphomet instills, they actually know what they're doing. But this creature, as it stands, it doesn't exist. I want to make sure of that before we finish this. All right, before I even finish reading this. This Baphomet, we're not telling you that just because this information we're presented that this is an actual person that exists. No, it's just a symbol. All right. Now, this symbol, it has a lot of symbology within there, right? So I'm going to read the last one, but it says is derived from Greek, which is the word Baphomet is derived from Greek, which is buffet or I dip, immersion, melties, wisdom, skill, or craft. Thus, Baphomet means Baptist or initiation into wisdom. A medieval mystic term usually identified with the goat of Mendes. The Templars of Mafia were actually accused of worshiping Baphomet as an idol. Baphomet signifies a baptism in wisdom or initiation, but became degraded and misunderstood when the keys to its real meaning were lost. The symbol of the Baphomet is related to Arcanium 15. Passion, as explained in the Tarot and Kabbalah. For those that are not aware of what the Arcadium 15, I'll also make sure that it's in the slides. But the Arcadium 15, it's a card within the Tarot. All right, and this is the card for everybody to get a closer look at it. All right. So this is the card that is talking about when it's talking about the Arcanum 15. My apologies, I slaughtered that word. Arcanum 15. All right, which is an alchemy and Kabbalah in the Tarot, a book by Samuel Owen or wherever his name is, and Tara and Kabbalah. It's a book. It's a book that is that is used within the Jewish community. I'll make sure that's also in the description for anybody that's interested in getting information about that book itself. Now, to finish it out, it says the term Baphomet hides a message when it reads backwards. Tem o
Tim Op.
Tempap up, right?
Yeah. When you render it backwards, it means Tim, meaning temple,
Right.
or even Atum, because Tim is Atum. You feel me? But temple, Op of Ab mean like Abba, like meaning the Father, temple of the Father.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
the symbol in Latin words is templi omnium hominum passis Abba, which literally translates into the Father of the temple of universe, peace for men. You will find on his arms Solve and Coagula. Solvet, and Coagula is the
coagulate.
Right. Coagulate. Exactly.
Yeah, coagulate.
Right.
Yeah. That's when you basically, you constructing something in alchemy. You feel me? It coagulates. So basically, you got to come up with the problem and you got to solve it. Is what they're telling you. You feel me?
Facts.
You feel me?
Right now that is also making reference to the essential alchemy process. Solve or solution refers to the breaking down of the elements, of you actually putting the concoction together, and coagula, which comes from coagulate, as brother Calico says, refers to their coming back together. The Baphomet has breast, and in Hebrew, breast it's spelled this way, which Shad means breast, and Shaddai or El Shaddai is the holy name of the God of Jesod. El Shaddai is the God that Abraham and Isaac and Jacob followed, which you could literally translate this image to turn into the breasted one as the highest God, the El Shaddai as the breasted one. So once again, we're presented with the female entity, with the Kundalini energy, with the coming together of the senses, and everything once it's put together, this whole figure as we know it has been completely demonized throughout the centuries, and
watch this, brother.
Not what it is. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, see, I can't read what you were saying, but I think that that word you were saying had the word when you said something about hominin and all that. I think it had the word omni in there. OMNI.
Right.
And
one right here. The thing. What does omnium?
Omnium.
Yeah, I know. See, look, it's just saying omni basically. So what I'm saying is, for the people, what people never realize about a word like omni or omnipresent, omnipotent, because they say God is omnipotent. You feel me? So you looking at that image now, we're not even realizing what omni is, so that we would know that that image is representing something that's omni, whether it be omnipotent or present or whatever. But
I think the pronunciation is
omni,
omnipotent.
Well, they can say that, yeah. Well, no, I mean, but the word is potent. You feel me? Like they have words like impotence and stuff. I mean not potent. You feel me? That's what impotence is. So omnipotent, or or like you say, omnipotent. I don't know how you put that, but that almost took away the fire. But the word omni, what I'm saying is om, which is the highest vibration. Om is the like one of the first words for the sun. So Om represents the sun. You know what I mean? Ni, N-I. That's the first two letters in the word night. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you'll see Ni, or you'll see Ni in many queen names of Africa. You feel me? You'll see the N-I, representing, our night tone skin. So, we are omnipotent. You know what I'm saying? Omnipresent. You feel me? Even the Baphomet had the light, and he buried the light in one hand and buried the darkness in the other. You feel me? So
Fact.
that's omni right there. You know, that's omnipresent, omnipotent, you know, all
Right.
of that. You know, I'm
Well,
just pretty sure
brothers,
that
we hit the 1 hour mark, and I think that was the full presentation
Right. Correct. That is the full
of
presentation.
Lucifer Decoded.
Facts.
I want to thank both of you brothers definitely for coming on, adding so much value. I wanted to just kind of wrap it up with as far as the Baphomet, you know, when we're dealing with the goat, all the animals have a certain quality about them. We're going to see this in the story of Zeus and Prometheus. Same thing with Adam in the Garden of Eden, where he had to name all the animals. Prometheus was in charge of naming all the animals and giving them a special quality. So the issue with Prometheus is that he gave all the qualities away, and by the time it was time for him to give something to man, he had given everything away. Thus, he had to go get fire, which really got him in trouble. I digress. Now, when we're dealing with these animals and their certain qualities, we deal with the goat. The goat represents balance. When we see the Baphomet, he is standing like, he's posed like this. Let's eliminate that from our psyche. Let's say this. When we see the Baphomet, let me see if I can switch this up again just a little bit. I'm sorry. When we see the Baphomet, I need you to think goat. Goats, where are you going to find the goat at, brother?
hey, put it like this. The word I wanted to use to describe it, like everybody want to find a difference between a goat and a ram, but a goat is really a high ram. You feel me? It's a high ram. It's a ram on high. So like you were finna allude to, you find the goats in mountains.
You're going to find the goat in the mountain. So, when we're talking about the goat, I don't want the family to think domesticated, family to think mountain goat. When we talk about the mountain, that's where the goat resides at. I want to point out all of the gods reside in the mountains. When Moses went to see God in the burning bush, where was the burning bush at? It was at the top of Mount Sinai. When Prometheus went to go steal fire from Zeus to give it to man, where did he go? Up to Mount Olympus. When you see the goat is at the mountaintop. Where did Martin Luther King tell you he went? Martin Luther King said, I've been to the mountaintop. When you go to the mountaintop, at the mountaintop represents something as well. It represents a wide panoramic view. Where is the sheep at as a diametric opposite? The sheep is in the valley. You've got a limited perspective. You can look up, but you can only see but so far. However, the goat is at the top, and he has a viewpoint that goes for miles on end. In addition to that, where does the goat reside on the mountain? The goat resides on the ledge. Keep in mind, the goat must know the ledge. The goat represents knowledge. The goat represents a person who is not afraid to go on the ledge because they know the ledge. The sheep stays in the valley because the sheeple rather, because we're not talking about sheep. I don't want the family to think of this as literal. When we talk about anything, according to these Bibles and these ideologies, a lot of these things, if not all of them, are figurative. We're dealing with analogy. We're dealing with metaphors. We're dealing with similes. We're dealing with allegory. I need the family to comprehend these things. I'm not telling you Jesus is real, just like I'm not telling you the three little pigs is not real. I'm telling you that the moral of the story still applies. Keep in mind, when Jesus spoke to the disciples, or anywhere within his few chapters of his life from 12 to 33, we're going to see where even Jesus himself spoke in parables. So when you think of Baphomet, think parable, think allegory, think metaphor. Don't think literal. There is no devil, no monster under your bed, no boogeyman in the closet. That's what I have to say about it, family. I want to thank everybody for coming on. I will allow the brothers to get the last words because I got to go.
I mean, probably the last thing I would say about Baphomet is that it's always been associated with a ram, and it's never had the idea of really being a goat until the Greeks, came in around the 29th dynasty in Egypt. When they closed the door on our culture, that's when it became a goat, and that's when it became a billy goat. But either way, it's very symbolic, and people got to know how to see things for what it may be worth. You feel me? Everybody's so scared, and we here to kill all spookism. So I was glad to be a part of that.
Definitely. Me, as far as for me, I appreciate everybody, for joining us through the process of this trilogy that we threw out there for you guys. We're going to try to get more material for you guys from all the different types of perspectives. Brother Calico and I have certain ideas that we're going to throw out there, as well as Brother Crumb and I, and you're going to be able to see a plethora of material on Crumb TV. So stay tuned. Make sure you like, share, subscribe subscribe to all our channels, and we greatly appreciate you guys watching. You want to add something, Brother Crumb?
This is the real Remy Red, and I support Crumb TV.
It's IG No Flex Zone. You are now watching Crumb TV.
Hey, this is Reggae Boy, and I'm watching Crumb TV.
You're watching Crumb TV.